Hello friends and viewers, and welcome to my Nungal character guide. My name is James, I'm a global player and I started Sword of Convallaria in early September 2024. I'm a strategy and turn-based RPG fan, with the Fire Emblem series, Tactics Ogre, and Unicorn Overlord being some recent titles I enjoy. As such, I lack the technical knowledge and exposure to the Taiwan and China scene. I'm also a PvE-focused player, so I have no knowledge of PvP. As a result, I'm subject to feedback and open to being wrong. If you come across conflicting information to other guides and creators in this video, then that suggests that there are multiple ways to play a character. Play your way. As a fun fact about myself, I'm also an avid Thai tea boba enjoyer. Nungal's trait is Luxite Crossbow. Unlike other bow users, Nungal's attacks are designed to do magic damage, scaling with her physical attack. She does increasing damage the farther away she is from a target. Her initial skill is Powerful Shot. This is one of two of Nungal's single target active attacks. She has a lot of passive and support skills. Before reviewing her skills, I want to exercise some caution. If you have a freshly rolled Nungal, review her skills thoroughly before you commit any resources. There are several viable ways to build her. It's very easy to commit several Castalia on her, but if you don't have Castalia at your disposal, understand her potential build options to commit to a playstyle you'll enjoy the most. Instead of recommending one skill over another at each auto rank, I will differentiate which skill to pick for a basic attack build or a deadly aim build. At rank 1, select Full Draw for a basic attack build. This is one of 3 key skills for a basic attack build, and based on the lack of energy regen at the end of turn, you're unlikely to use this with Powerful Shot or Deadly Aim. For a Deadly Aim build, select the Rana. This skill best supports a Deadly Aim build, but you're likely to substitute this with Sense of Purpose at rank 7. At rank 3, you may not commonly use Sniping Stance in a basic attack build, but you will use it more often than Deadly Aim. For a Deadly Aim build, you can't have Deadly Aim build without the skill you're building around. If you select Deadly Aim, I still recommend committing 1 Castalia for Sniping Stance. For her reaction skill, you have a choice between Sniper's Intuition and Highland Advantage. Sniper's Intuition only mitigates range damage, which Nungal is likely to take. If any melee units move and have Nungal in their threat range, this also enables Nungal additional movement to reposition. Highland Advantage mitigates both melee and range damage and has greater damage mitigation only when against enemies on low land. My pick here was Sniper's Intuition. For a basic attack build, pick up Shattering Arrow, which allows basic attacks to ignore 40% of target's defense. For a Deadly Aim build, pick up Sense of Purpose. With Hangman's Mark support, this increases the lethality of Deadly Aim wherever there are Hangman's Marks. Additionally, the energy regen from this skill is not conditional to Hangman's Marks. In other words, she'll restore 1 energy whenever Nungal lands a critical hit, regardless of mark. For her basic attack upgrade, select Fatal Attack for a basic attack build. This is a straight upgrade from her initial basic attack, adding 15% crit damage. For a Deadly Aim build, consider Marking Bullet. This ability is weaker than Nungal's initial basic attack, but applies Hangman's Mark to further lean into Deadly Aim and Sense of Purpose. At rank 11, select Eagle Eye for a basic attack build. This skill only applies to her basic attacks, increasing range, attack, and Highland for 3 turns. With a 5-turn base cooldown, this skill has a 60% uptime. In a Deadly Aim build, pick up Quick Reload. This skill enables Nungal to fire off a fast Deadly Aim, restoring 75% of its energy cost and eliminating the need to prepare. This skill is best used after 1 Deadly Aim cast to not overcap energy and waste a cooldown reduction. This is Nungal's basic attack build, selecting all the abilities that increase her basic attack. This allows her to attack every single turn and maintains some flexibility with movement. If you can position Nungal to turret from a stationary position, consider swapping Full Draw for Sniping Stance. This is Nungal's Deadly Aim build, kitted around Hangman's Mark support. With Sense of Purpose and a Hangman's Mark, Deadly Aim is guaranteed to critical strike. This comes from 5% base crit, 15% from a star level 3, 60% from Deadly Aim, and 30% from Sense of Purpose, which equals to 110%, over the 100% guarantee. While she can apply Hangman's Mark herself with Marking Bullet, any external Hangman support is welcome, especially if she is preparing a deadly aim and another unit is able to apply the mark. As previously mentioned, Quick Reload is best used after one deadly aim cast to not overcap energy and waste the cooldown reduction. Furthermore, recall with Sense of Purpose, Nungal will restore 1 energy whenever she lands a critical hit. The energy restoration is not tied to having Hangman's Mark on a target. This is a potential deadly aim build around high crit. With external sources of critical strike chance from her star level, gear, auras, and buffs, Nungal can be less reliant on Hangman's Mark to increase her critical strike. If you cannot or do not want to play her on sniping stance, consider Durana. If you dislike the basic attack and deadly aim builds, consider a build focused around her powerful shot initial skill. Recall once again, with Sense of Purpose, Nungal will restore 1 energy whenever she lands a critical hit. As such, this enables the potential to cast Powerful Shot over consecutive turns. If you can position Nungal to turret from a stationary position, consider swapping Durana for Sniping Stance. For weapons, Longbow of Martyrs and Whale Hunter perform similarly, so consider whichever weapon is a higher star level or has better engravings. Star Raid Crossbow is also a great option to increase her base crit, and Iron Combat Bow is an option if she's your dedicated target for Inanna's Princess Prayer. For trinket recommendations, Nungal can use True Lens in any build, but note this works especially great with the given Highland buff from Eagle Eye. If you're using the Sword and Pentacle engraving, then Spring Pill helps keep her healthy in case of any incidental damage. Space-Time Ring is a helpful repositioning tool when Nungal is in sniping stance, especially if she needs to disengage from enemies or catch up with the main team. The tarot recommendations here are not listed in any particular order. Verdict of Justice is a great option to increase her crit and crit damage. Hierophant's Laws, assuming you unlock the exclusive effect to increase her single target damage. Majesty of the Emperor for increased damage on healthy targets. Deadly Aim should ordinarily be used on healthy targets, and this also works great with Powerful Shot. For engravings, my only recommendation is the Sword and Pentacle Resonance. As a backline and long-range unit, Nungal should frequently be distanced from enemies. Otherwise, she is also likely to be in proximity to healing support units. Here are some team composition tips. If you're not sure where to begin with Nungal, a Hangman's Mark team composition is a great start. For example, epic units such as Stinger and Enforcer have higher speed than Nungal, so they can apply the mark before her turn. Nungal will welcome any units that provide external sources of critical strike buffs, and this can even impact the build she plays. Recall that Nungal scales with physical attack but does magic damage. As such, she'll benefit from any units that apply magic defense debuffs. Nungal is part of the Aria and Alacrity categories. Consider building a team with Nungal around one of these leader auras. Within Iron buffs, we have Dentalion's leader aura, which provides the unique effect of more damage to enemies with 3 or more debuffs. Nungal can contribute debuffs through Marking Bullet and the debuffing bows. Xavier and KA Fire Conjurer also provide an Aria leader aura. I recommend Dentalion's aura instead if possible, and only consider the battle flag if it's your only option. Inanna provides Soulmate, providing co-attack and co-defense buffs. While this is a great buff to have, especially in an Iron team, be mindful this may also limit Nungal's positioning to continually take advantage of the buff for herself and her allies. We also have Alacrity leader auras through Cole and Nungal. Cole's crit and crit damage bonuses complement Nungal's stat priority as well. Nurgle's Alacrity aura is weaker than Cole's, lacking that crit damage upgrade, but you may still consider a brother if you're using him as part of an Aryan team. Osna, while not a leader aura, provides similar crit utility through her Hidden Fragrance trait. That concludes my character guide. As mentioned in my disclaimer, I welcome feedback and I'm open to being wrong. I'm still learning and improving at this video game just like you. Additionally, if you find conflicting information to other guides or content creators, then that means there are multiple ways to build a character and still be successful. I highly recommend that you play your way. Here is my contact information, my YouTube, Discord, and email. And as always, please feel free to comment below with any feedback you have about this guide. Last but not least, I want to credit and share these resources that contributed to helping me build this guide. Thanks for watching.